Iain Dale on LBC.
It's 9:20 on LBC. Well, let's cross live to Washington, D.C. Simon Marks is there with a tragic story because two soldiers have been killed in a Washington shooting. What do we know, Simon, apart from that?
And it's not actually clear that they have been killed. There is some considerable confusion about the outcome of all of this. Patrick Morrisey, the West Virginia governor, took to social media to announce that these two members of the West Virginia National Guard had been killed in a shooting 2 blocks away from the White House, so close to the White House, right next to Farragut West Underground Station in the center of the city here, so close to the White House that the Secret Service were among those who responded after the shots rang out. But Governor Morrisey has now taken to social media to say that his office is receiving conflicting reports about the condition of our 2 Guard members, and he says he will provide additional updates once we receive more complete information. There is no doubt that this has been a major incident not far from the White House. President Trump was not there at the time. He was already en route to Mar-a-Lago in Florida, where he's spending the Thanksgiving holiday. But this has led to a lockdown in the center of the city. My own office has been locked down because we're very close to the scene of the shooting. The White House itself was locked down for a while. Flights were not landing or taking off at Reagan National Airport as police said they were searching for a suspect. Very quickly, it was reported that a suspect was in custody and that the suspect had been severely wounded. We don't know yet under what circumstances. We're waiting for a press conference to be held by the authorities here in Washington. But these 2 National Guardsmen from West Virginia are part of that very controversial deployment of National Guard on the streets of Washington, D.C. that President Trump implemented back in August. I saw some of them today. You see them every day on the streets. I saw some today on the underground system itself. They don't really have very much to do. They were put on the streets of the city purportedly to deal with a crime wave, even though all the crime statistics showed that violent crime in Washington was at a 30-year low, and they have remained on the streets, often with literally nothing to do other than pick up trash. They've been manicuring some of the parks in and around Washington, D.C., but there has always been a fear that they were going to be targets for violent attack. There are many residents of this city who are furious about the presence of National Guard troops on the streets here. There's an entire movement called Free DC, which has been campaigning since August to try and persuade the Trump administration to pull them off the streets. We have no notion of the motive for this attack. We have seen a post on his social media feed by the president saying the animal that shot the 2 National Guardsmen, with both being critically wounded, that's the president's telling of the story an hour ago, and now in 2 separate hospitals, is also severely wounded, but regardless will pay a very steep price. The president writes, "God bless our great National Guard and all of our military and law enforcement. These are truly great people. I, as President of the United States, and everyone associated with the office of the presidency, am with you." But as I say, we are waiting to find out exactly what sort of injuries these National Guard men sustained. Confusion over those initial reports that they had passed away, but we don't have any hard and fast information about their condition. But certainly on the eve of the Thanksgiving holiday here, this all started at 2:15 in the afternoon on a day in which offices in Washington, D.C. would be seeing staff depart early because the Thanksgiving holiday, biggest holiday of the year in the calendar, is tomorrow, has brought a sense of real chaos to that central area, the immediate blocks around the White House, and tremendous fear as the result of this shooting for whatever motive, we have no idea what it was, of these two National Guardsmen from West Virginia.
Simon, thank you very much for bringing us up to date. That's Simon Martz reporting live from Washington, D.C.